What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our Pokemon TCG Pocket, and in today's episode, guys, we're going to be looking at electric type decks for you guys to try in Celestic Guardians. We just witnessed the largest tournament in TCG Pocket to date, and crazy enough, a very basic Oricorio deck won the tournament. So what I wanted to do was kind of show off electric types videos today. I did take some feedback from you guys. You said 4 decks is a little bit too much. You know, not all of them were as competitive. You guys wanted to see more competitive decks versus some of the funner ones. So I am taking that personally. So we are going to just be showing off 2 decks. We're going to get a game with each, and you guys can kind of try it out for yourselves. So the first deck that I have for you guys today is the deck that basically won, except I've made a few tweaks to it. Basically this deck runs 1 basic Shaman. This Shaman allows you to heal 10, and that sort of kind of lets you survive Darkrai pings. And so you can just kind of play it on the bench. When you lead with it, it's really sad. Trust me, it is the worst feeling when you lead with Shaman in this deck, but it's an anti-consistency card, but at the same time it also lets you handle the Darkrai matchup better, and so it's a trade-off, unfortunately. The one change that I did make on this deck is that I put the other Magnemite, the Genetic Apex Magnemite, because you're running an all-electric deck, you don't really need to worry about charging this Magneton on the bench. You can sort of kind of just go with it. So this first Magnemite is going to be a 20 damage dealing Pokemon. Then we have our Genetic Apex Magneton, which can stack up the energy really quick. And then Magnezone gets online a little bit quicker in this deck because you are running electric energy into it. Oricorio is basically Druddigon when you're going... It's basically a complete stall if your opponent only has EX Pokemon. If they only have EX Pokemon, you can basically heal 10 damage with Oricorio every turn. Darkrai won't be able to really ping you. Incineroar needs burns, and so that's why we're running 2 Professors, 2 Pokemon Center Lady. Basically, you're going to be able to outrun any damage and deal 150 damage in 3 turns, and you can even get higher with Guzma because you're going to be taking off their item. But in other games where it's maybe not as powerful, you just go in with Magnezone and try to crush it. 2 Pokeballs. I would play Communication in this deck, but unfortunately you're running like 9 Pokemon, and 9 Pokemon is just a lot for Communication to be effective. 2 Giant Capes, we're looking for more HP, or Oricorio at 90 basically guarantees you win that Giratina Darkrai matchup. Magnezone also really does appreciate extra HP, and so it's nice to have 2 of them in there. 2 Professor Research, pretty standard. We're running a Cyrus just so we have some ability to switch our opponent out. You can switch with Sabrina if you're looking for more just situational. Like, Cyrus is more situational, but like, Sabrina's the more universal one, so you could switch this out. Mars, I'm playing simply because because Magnezone is not the hardest hitter, you do want to be able to take your opponent's cards out. You know, a Shaman, an Oricorio, they go down pretty easily, and so that's 2 points that your opponent can get pretty easily. Normally, I end up playing Mars in a lot of EX builds, but in this one in particular, where Pokemon do get knocked out pretty easily, Mars actually ends up working out. You can knock your opponent down to 1 card in their hand, and now they can't play something or whatever. Again, the Pokemon Center Lady is really to heal you up in the full Charizard and Incineroar matchups, but 30 and heal you from anything is also really nice as well. A little bit stronger than potions, and yeah, you can switch that out with potions if you wanted to, though, and just have... and then 1 Guzma. Guzma takes away Rocky Helmets. Guzma takes away Capes. This allows Oricorio to kind of do its thing a little bit easier. This allows Magnezone to potentially get KOs that maybe otherwise wouldn't. And so overall, this is kind of the first deck that we have today. Typically, if you're building an Oricorio Magnezone deck, this is kind of where you're starting to learn how to play Oricorio. But then this next one is sort of kind of the secret sauce, the tech. We're rocking a dual energy deck with another Shaman. We're still rocking Shaman, but we're rocking Greninja, and we're rocking a Giratina EX. So what the basic purpose of this one is that Oricorio and Greninja are your 2 attackers. You're going to be able to bench snipe with Greninja, but you're also playing water and electric energy in this deck, so you are going to be able to get this Greninja online and attacking for 80. Oricorio is also there to attack for 50, and it can be a wall against EX builds. And then you have a Giratina that if you get kind of a slower build, you can set this up on the bench. And then you potentially have a third attacker that happens to be super effective against the fighting types that are weak to Oricorio, or that Oricorio is weak to. Shaman gives you a little bit of healing, so Giratina can actually end up being a frontline wall for you if you need to as well. We're rocking 2 Pokeballs. This one we're actually rocking out with the red card. 2 rare candies for Greninja Froakie. 1 cape, we did have to drop 1, but I am running 2 Irida in this deck instead, because Irida can actually heal 40 on everything that has water energy. Giratina can use a water energy, Oricorio can use a water energy, and so can Greninja. And so you really have 3 Pokemon that are just completely capable of healing all of them for 40. So you get a little bit better healing in this deck overall at the cost of cape. And that's sort of kind of the deck for today. So I want to get into one game with each and see what we can do. So let's hop right in and let's get into the first. All right, so our first game here is with the Magnezone Oricorio deck. This one's kind of the simpler one. We are going second, probably against a Meowscarada. So realistically here, Oricorio is just our lead. This could be a Beedrill. Ooh, it's actually Superior. So Superior Celebi is, I'm assuming, what this guy's going to be playing. So Celebi can't attack Oricorio at all, and so it's actually going to be really important that we actually can pressure this in some way, shape, or form. My opponent's not going to be able to do anything immediately, so I think I'm just free here to just stick my energy on and end my turn. We are now very much in a Mars red card era, so like having a lot of cards in hand is sometimes not the greatest, but Guzma with these capes is going to be great. Okay, so I'm not so worried about this at the moment. I'm just going to research. I need to get a Magnemite online, and we do get one. I am going to play this. I am also going to play Cape myself. The reason I'm going to play Cape is just so that if it evolves, that it won't be able to just straight knock me out. And we'll just do 50 damage here. So now you have to evolve. If not, I'm just going to win this game this turn. There's the rare candy. I could have Mars. I could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I also think that you only have 60 HP on you. Okay. 80 HP on you. I am going to need to do something here. And what is my best play? Okay. So I want to get this done quickly. I'm not going to bother with this. Yeah, we just zap here. We just zap here. It gets you down to 60, which does put you in range of Magnezone. Even if you can heal with an Erica, it's not going to matter. There's 90. Okay, so you get your KO, and that's fine. But we're going to win this game this turn. So we're going to get Magnezone out. Really, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to actually try to show him up here. I'm just gonna evolve and get the damage done. There's Magnezone, and GG's to my opponent. We had Guzma if we ever needed the extra chip. Basically, the really cool thing about Guzma is so many people are running Cape, and even in this situation, Leaf Cape, that actually taking away the Cape is better than running Giovanni, and in some situations, especially in grass builds, is actually better than running Red, which is kind of crazy, right? So anyways, that's the first deck with Oricorio Magnezone. I get to kind of show it off, sort of, but not really. But let's hop in the second game and see what we can do. All right, we're here for game number 2. We're going first. I'd actually love to see Giratina here, actually, but I don't get it. That's fine. We do have both rare candies and a Pokeball in hand, so I'm okay with this Froakie start. It's actually wishy-washy. Okay. So, I'm going to save this red card for right now. I'm just going to play this Pokeball. Try to thin the deck out a little bit more. We actually get our second Froakie online. So, let's just set that down as well. And, yeah, we'll just see what we can do. Okay, there's a Pokeball here. I would actually love for you not to play it. You have 2 Pokeballs in your hand, which means you get both Wishy-Washis to start. And Professor's Research. Wow. I really wanted my opponent to make a mistake, but it doesn't seem... You know what? I have to do it. I have to red card. I have to do it. You have 5 cards in your hand, my guy. Okay. So, right away, let's just do some chip here. It's not a lot of chip, but I really need to get a Greninja. I really need to get something online. So hopefully we can just get what we need. They're gonna grunt here. Not really necessary. I think this is actually a really poor grunt. Like, I'm not worried about it at all. Because we can just do this. And now I'm doing 30. And I have Electric Energy coming next. So I may as well just be aggressive onto this. It does kind of suck because... Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have actually put the... I should have Water Shuriken the other one. But I'll Water Shuriken it next turn. We'll be fine. Yeah, there's your potion. That's fine. Okay. See, if we would have got our Oricorio here, we also just straight win. Which is crazy. Like, this deck does just auto lose to... This deck auto loses to Wishy-Washy. Or not Wishy-Washy. It auto loses to Oricorio. And, okay, there's my Oricorio. There is my Oricorio. Yeah, let's just literally end this game. Okay, switch you out. I'm also going to put the other Wishy-Washy on the field in the active slot. This is just going to slow things down a little bit. Because now you have to have kind of 2 different things going for you. And unless you have Misty, like, you're just not going to get anywhere. But, like, there's nothing my opponent can do. Play you. Play you. I'm gonna have to stall it out because I'm gonna need... They're gonna probably try to Sabrina me somewhere here. But getting the energies that I needed is gonna just be important here. I don't need to worry about Guzma. This rare candy is also a dead card in my hand. There's my second Greninja, but unfortunately just a little bit too little, too late at the moment. Water Shuriken here. You can't really attack, so it doesn't really matter a ton, but we'll just do this. And I'm just gonna only get water energy from here on out, which kind of sucks. But it's okay. There's a Rayquaza. Okay, so this is a non-EX Rayquaza, so I actually do need to kind of be concerned about this. And I'm only getting water energy, which is actually driving me a little insane here. Water Shuriken. I'm gonna need to target this for sure. I don't need to worry about Guzma. But what I can do here is we can get some points here real quick. Playing Rayquaza feels a little... Okay, so full heals back. Okay, that's fine. There's Shamans so that I can heal if I need to. I still haven't picked up any energy. Okay. We're gonna target this because if you can't actually do anything, it's kind of just over. And I'm also just gonna continue to put energy on to Giratina so that I can switch if I need to. This does 31. Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. That means that I just need a cape. And then you just can't get a lot of head, which is fine. We will play you. I am gonna hit you again. We zap here for 50. And we're in a pretty good spot here. It kind of looks like we're in a bad spot. There's a Misty. Okay, they do get they've gotten they've gotten 2 turns of energy acceleration here. The 3 energy is gonna let them switch though. I have a second Oricorio, so I can legitimately just sit there and play this in front. But if you go and try to attack me here, like if you switch out to this Rayquaza, I just revenge kill you. Like there's nothing else to really play. And then I can just be really passive from the bench. And I have a... Okay. I'm gonna play the energy on this so that I can retreat it if I need to. I don't need to worry about Guzma. I am going to just continue to want to Water Shuriken this. I attack you. Okay, it's fine. There's a giant cape. I am now going to just take the Guzma approach here. Knock everything out. So you're going to attack this Oricorio, that's fine. That is perfect. We actually just beat you now. That works perfectly for me. Okay. So we now are just going to Guzma here. Take these capes off. At this point, you've run out of healing options. Yeah, you've run out of healing options, so I'm just gonna hard switch that for Greninja. I will heal this up a little bit. Miss Slash this Rayquaza gone. Oops. Okay, so now the only thing that can actually get 2 points here can't do anything. Now, you could have 2 Wishy-Washis, and you could very easily put 150 damage on the board here, but you're only knocking out one thing. Actually, you're just playing Rayquaza again. I kind of think that's a mistake. Yep, 70 damage here. Won't be enough. I have no more cards to draw. And everything has water energy on it, so it's time that we got Rita here. Okay. So next up, I now have a point. And now it's time to just pressure my opponent concedes. And that is GG's. Very, very slow, long game here to get this W, but you can just see Oricorio completely shut them down. I was about to go after the, like, yeah. That's what Oricorio does, though. It just completely shuts down any EX Pokemon. Greninja can bench snipe. Now, I would have loved to have 2 going, but I had a Giratina that could do 130 damage chill in the back. That Rayquaza wasn't making it through it. You know, I was going to knock it out no matter what happened. So that's sort of kind of how you play this deck. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the deck. And we will see you guys in the next one.